Why the people you love most can sometimes drive you crazy. Family has a funny way of stirring things up sometimes. For some, family brings warmth and laughter and comfort, and for others, it can bring mixed emotion, memories, or even a little tension. And yet, no matter how complicated family relationships can be, there is often a deep, almost unexplainable pull that remains. That pull isn't weakness. It's not denial, and it's certainly not accidental. It's neurological. That's why your brain learned family before it learns logic. So before your brain knew how to speak, how to reason, how to negotiate boundaries, it had one job: to keep you alive. So your nervous system was scanning constantly for who feeds me, who soothes me, who protects me when I cry and when something happens. And then the people who showed up in those early moments became wired into your brain as safe, not perfect, not flawless, safe. So that wiring happens deep in the emotional brain. So long before the rational part of the brain, your prefrontal cortex, is even online, which means your brain didn't decide to love your family. It imprinted them. Your family is there. And that's why family love feels different. It lives deeper than logic. So unconditional love is a survival program. So from a neuroscience perspective, unconditional love is not about being nice or tolerating everything. It's about attachment. Attachment activates power neurochemical, which is oxytocin. And this oxytocin really builds trust and bonding. That chemical tells the brain this connection matters. And then it feels like home. And that's why your brain often gives family a free pass that no one else gets. You remember your teenage years, right? If you had said to your friends the stuff that you told your parents during these years, they would have crossed you from the friends list. And the same behavior from a stranger might trigger anger, rejection, while when it's from a family member, it triggers repair and forgiveness or patience. Not because it's right or wrong, but because your brain prioritizes connection over correction when survival is involved. And these family members are more engraved into survival in your mind. So why family calms you or triggers you? Here's the paradox many people struggle with: is that the people who make you feel the safest are often the same people who can push your emotional buttons the fastest. That's not a coincidence. Family relationships are stored in emotional memory, and the same part of the brain that processes fear, comfort, joy, pain. So, which means that they can activate both soothing and then stress responses at the same time. Because your brain remembers the hugs and the arguments, the laughter and the disappointment, all of it. And it's all stored at the same place. So this doesn't mean that something is wrong with you. It means that your brain cares deeply. And familiar feels safe, even when it's messy. Another powerful brain bias at play is familiarity, right? Your brain prefers what it knows over what's perfect. Familiar patterns require a lot less energy. It feels more predictable and it reduces perceived threat, even when they're not ideal. So that's why home doesn't always mean peaceful, but often it still feels grounding. Your nervous system recognizes it. So just a gentle reframe for Family Day. Unconditional love does not mean no boundary or no growth or no self-respect. It just means awareness. It means understanding that some connections are wired into us at a deeper level and choosing how we show up consciously instead of reacting automatically. So family isn't about perfection. It's about presence. It's about gratitude. It's about recognizing the invisible wiring that shaped who you are today. And yes, chosen family counts too, your friends, yes. So your brain forms attachment through all this consistent safety and care. So it's not just in your DNA. It's the thought that we want to sit with today is that it's not about fixing relationships. but it's about understanding them. So when you understand how your brain works, then you gain choice. And choice is where confidence and peace and emotional freedom begins. So happy Family Day, everybody. Your brain has been preparing for your connection your whole life.